Want to build clarity in your career transition or career progression? Think about saying no, what you need to say no to in these four areas. Number one is time, two, money, three, location, four, capacity. Welcome to Great Transition Strategies, Monday Morning Stand-Up. 5 minutes to get your week off to a great start and potentially give you something to help make you a more effective leader, and more importantly, so you can love what you do. Right, building clarity on your path forward. Think about your career, where you are in your career, and this might be career progression, it might be a career transition. Where do you want to be in the next time frame? Think about a time frame. Right, now let's look at these four areas and what do you need to say no to in those areas? Because no builds clarity. Because no's put up boundaries. You're not going to go down that road. No, you now have a boundary, a limit builds clarity. All right, so first one we're going to talk about here is think about where you are time-wise. Where do you want to be in the next 18 months, year, 18 months, 2 years, 3 years in your career progression or career transition? Military, you're transitioning out. What's the time frame you're going to do that? You're looking at your job now and say, okay, I want to be promoted. I want to move up. Or do you want to move laterally? Or do you want to make a complete change? In this area, what do you need to say no to? An example might be, hey, I'm in the pharma industry, and in order to get promoted, you kind of have to spend a few years, 3 years in each space, and then you get promoted. If you don't have that time, you're not going to get promoted earlier. Well, if in your mind you're saying, I want to be promoted in the next 18 months. Well, what does that mean for you? Does that mean, that probably means to you that, okay, I'm saying no to some things. Maybe I need to say no to this position I'm in now. Maybe I need to move laterally. Maybe I need to move someplace else. What does that mean? But when you say no, I am not going to wait 3 years. You put a time stamp down. You've now built a priority. You're now moving forward. No builds clarity. All right, what's the next one? Money. What's the minimum amount of money? And it's more than just money, taking home cash. What is it with the whole package? What do you need? Matching 401k, retirement, benefits, all those kinds of things. What are important to you? When you take the time and you put down, this is what I'm after compensation-wise, here's what I'm looking for. Maybe you want to be an entrepreneur. Once you've done that and you've done the math, and you realize, well, if I don't have this amount of money, I can't do this entrepreneur thing. You've just drawn a line. All those other options are gone. You have said no. You've built clarity on your path. You are no longer looking at those things that don't meet that criteria. Okay, location, geography. Where do you want to live? If you make a decision, I'm going to go live by my extended family at a certain place. You have just made a decision. You said no to a whole bunch of other things. One, if you want to be a person that works in person, you said no to everything else that's not within a certain radius you're willing to commute to. Maybe, oh, I'm going to be 100% remote. That opens up more options to you. When you choose a location, there are things that you will say no to. No, I can't travel that. I don't want to travel that way. No, I don't have a good airport near me to travel. You've said no to a number of things. You now have clarity. So think about the things we talked about so far. You've now talked about your overall time, talked about your money and location. You have built some clarity moving forward. Last one, capacity. What do I mean by capacity? If you want to be in a startup and work in that startup, do you have the capacity to do that? Do you want to work those long hours and put in that time and maybe that travel? Maybe you're at a different season of life. Oh, we just had our second child and I want to be able to spend more time home. Okay. I'm saying no to calls on weekends, being on call. I'm saying no to those kind of things. I'm saying no to travel. When you say no to those things because of the capacity where you are in your season of life, you have built clarity on your path forward. So when you're looking at options, as you're thinking about your career progression, it's not just, yes, that's what I'm looking for. What do you say no to? Because once you put those barriers up, things get really clear on how to move forward. There you go. I hope you found that helpful. See you next Monday morning, 8:30. Have a great week.